Hello and welcome everyone. So here we are again. Yau da magana abin da ya shafi trigonometry. Kamar yadda mu ji kalmar trigonometry, Greek word wadda ta kunshi kalmomi guda biyu, trigono da kuma metron. Trigono tana nufin triangle a Greeks kenan, metron kuma tana nufin measurement. So gaba ɗaya topics din yana magana ne measurement na angles da kuma sides na triangle. Suppose let's use a right angle triangle preferably. Suppose this is an angle theta. So we'll talk about some trigonometric ratios or functions. The three basic trigonometric functions or ratios are sine, cosine, and tangent. So given an angle, theta, it's the same. So we have what? Sine theta, cos theta, and tan theta. That is the shortest form of the what? These three basic trigonometric functions. So beside that, we don't mean that, does that mean that sine, cosine, the tangent are the only trigonometric functions we have? No, exactly no. We have some other trigonometric functions. As you can see, they are what? Secant theta, cosecant theta, and cotangent theta. So they are often written and pronounced as what? Sec theta, cosec theta, and cot theta. That is the shortest form of right. Instead of secant theta, just write sec theta. Instead of cotangent theta, just cot theta. Understand? So here they are. So how are they related to these three basics? That is why we call them three basics. All these other trigonometric ratios, sec, cosec, and tan, we are deriving them from the sine, cosine, and tangent. That is why we call this one sine, cos, and tangent are the basic. Yau su ne muhimmai wa'annan, saboda wa'annan hukun da sec, da cosec, da cot duka ana samun sani daga sine, da cos kuma da tan. Shi sec theta ana samun shi ne aka divided 1 by 1, cos theta. 1 divided by cos theta shi ne baka sec theta. Then cosec theta kuma shi ne zai baka 1 over sine theta. Then cot theta kuma is what? 1 all over what? Tan theta. Look at this. So this is the relationship. Not also that, this is the relationship. Are this the only relationship between these trigonometric ratios? No. So sine, cos can produce what? Sec. Then sine can produce cosec, and tan can produce what? Cot. Idan muka duba cos daga cos za mu iya samun sec, daga sine za mu iya samun cosec, daga tan kuma za mu iya samun cot. Again, look at this. It's very important. Tan theta is also what? Sine theta divided by what? Cos theta. Again, cot theta is what? Cos theta by what? By sine theta. Another one, two important relationship between these three basic trigonometric ratios or functions. 1 over cos is sec, 1 over sine is cosec, 1 over tan is cot. Again, if you divide sine by what? By cos of any angle, it will give you what? Is the tan of that particular angle. And if you define the cos by what? Sine of any angle will give you what? Is the cot of that angle. So what we derive here, we can see that cot can be written as what? 1 all over tan theta, or what? Cos theta all over what? Sine theta. We can prove that. So this as we move forward, on the sine of our cos, you have tan, then cos of a sine divided by cot. So now the mathematical amfani, when you're proving identities, we'll be making use some of this. Then you should strictly know that if you have cos n theta, can be written exactly as cos theta n. What does that mean? But for n in the what? In the set of positive integers. What do we mean? If you have something like this, look at this. If you have something like, look at cos 3 theta, you can write it as what? Cos theta just power what? Power 3. Because this is what? This is a positive integer. And if you have something like, cos minus 3 theta, this is not equal to cos theta to the power minus 3. Why? Because this is what? This is a negative integer. That is why we say the convention is not true for n coming from the set of what? Negative integers. From what? Negative integers. So you should take very serious note of that. If you have cos n theta, you can write it as cos theta to the power of n. That is why I gave an example. If you have cos 3 theta, this you can write it as what? Cos cube theta can be written as what? Cos theta to the power of what? 3. But cos of minus 3, power minus 3 theta is not equal to cos theta power minus 3. Why? Because this number, the number here, this minus 3 belongs to the what? Set of positive integers. And the convention is totally not true for that. So for example, is it true that cos n theta, this one, is it because this is cos minus 1 to the power minus 1 theta equals to 1 over cos theta? No, exactly no. Cos to the power minus 1 theta is not equal to 1 over cos theta. Kagame cewa cos of minus 1 power minus 1 theta by the 1 over cos theta. So you should take very serious note of that. So if you are given something like this, suppose you are given something like this, sine inverse of what? Theta. This does not mean that it's not equal to 1 over sine theta. Check note of that. Remember, tan inverse of what? Theta is not equal to 1 over 1 over tan theta. What does that mathematical and you should take very serious note of this. It's not equal to that. If it is positive, you can take it this. So now, to the power of this, sine inverse is not 1 over sine. Cos inverse is not 1 over cos. Take note of that. That is why it is not allowed completely. Baby, you kind of trigonometry. If you have something like sine theta is equal to 3. Can say when you divide both sides by sine. Divide both sides by sine. This one is totally wrong. You cannot do that. So we'll talk about this when we come to trigonometric equations. Another thing is to know that we should not confuse what? Cos inverse of theta, sine inverse of theta, and tan inverse of theta with what? Sec theta. Since cos to the power minus 1, by the way, the 1 over cos. To think about 1 over cos, this is not 1 over cos. Rather than confusing one man, the sec. Some the 1 over cos theta, she is sec. To she come cos of power minus 1 theta is not 1 over cos, so you cannot confuse it with sec theta. Sine inverse of theta cannot confuse with what? Cosec theta, since sine to the power minus 1 theta is not equal to what? 1 over sine theta. And tan inverse of theta is not equal to what? Cot theta. Understand? So this one is very, very important. And so these are the basics, foundations, before we start talking about the identities. So you cannot confuse them. But I can talk about confusing sine inverse, the 1 over sine, the cos inverse, the 1 over cos. You cannot do that. Understand? So what you get what we're saying. So as we move further, by the grace of God, you understand what we're talking about when we come to talk about the trigonometric identities. Thank you very much.